A WWE star is being called out for being racist, and it's not Hulk Hogan, so that works for me, brother. Welcome back. It's the Fog Wrestling here, and we're here to talk about some trolls. We're here to talk about some online tough guys that have been messaging and abusing and threatening and pretty much doing everything that you can do online to someone without actually physically confronting them, because of course you are an absolute shitebag. But yeah, WWE star Ridge Hall. Okay, I'll take that back. WWE jobber Ridge Holland was interviewed recently about Big E and the incident. Obviously, Big E, he did that overhead, belly to belly, didn't get enough, he didn't get the cut angle, he didn't flex the hips or whatever, he didn't get him up over his head correctly, and Big E, we all know what happens, he landed head first, broke neck, out. Big E though has recently come out and said then that he doesn't know if he will ever wrestle again, and Ridge Holland recently done an interview talking about this, and he says he's had a lot of fallout. This is what he said about it. He says, quote, "Death threats, threats to my family, lobbying for me to lose my job, being labelled as racist. Great stuff. Keep them coming." End of quote. So, I mean, that is fucking crazy. This is what Big E had to say about a potential return, by the way, on the weekend. Quote, "I just got to see what the scan says and then talk to the doctors and go from there. Right now, before I know anything, I'm not going to make any rush to judgments or anything. See how everything looks." End of quote. So Big E, not entirely convinced whether he's returning or not to wrestling, which to me, I mean, no offence to the guy, I personally could not care. From like a wrestling standpoint, from a personal standpoint, I hope the guy's okay. I wouldn't like to see him in a wheelchair, or I wouldn't like to see him, have any sort of health problems that affects him in his daily routine. But from a pure wrestling standpoint, do I want to see Big E? Would I be excited to see Big E? No. For me, Big E is an absolute bum. I feel like the guy should have had a better career than he did. A big fucking guy, he could have done something good, and they put him in this goofy, shake your ass, wear a dildo on your head group called the New Day. Is that really the career that Big E should have? I don't know, I think he should have had a better career than that. But back to Ridge Holland here. So Ridge Holland is saying that he's receiving death threats. His family are receiving threats. Both unacceptable. I mean, why would you want to send a death threat to Ridge Holland? He hasn't done anything personal to you. I mean, it's different if he broke into your house and murdered your dog or something. I could understand sending the death threats, but all he did was, unfortunately, injure a wrestler in an accident. It's not that deep. He didn't do it on purpose. That's a bit lame. Threats to his family, again, what's Ridge Holland's family got to do about this? I mean, think about it. If you're actually out here DMing his family, making threats to his family, you're not right in the head. You're obviously not playing with a full deck of cards. Why the fuck would you threaten this guy's family because of a botched move on Big E? Seriously. I mean, I'm not saying threatening Ridge Holland is right, but you can... I guess I can see why that would happen, but to threaten his family, again, just ludicrous, man. And you really are a psycho. If you're out there and you're threatening Ridge Holland's family, and you think that you're doing Big E a favour and that you're a good guy and I'm a big wrestling fan, man. If you think that, then I don't know what to fucking tell you, man. Maybe an AK to the head or something. I don't know. But anyway, then he says people are lobbying for me to lose my job. You know what? The guy isn't that good. I'm not saying he deserves to lose his job over an accident, but I mean, if he did get sacked, then, again, who cares? The guy's very green. Should even be on the main roster. I don't think so. I think the Brawling Brutes are, if anything, I think they weigh down Sheamus. I think Sheamus would do better on his own. I think every time Sheamus is with the Brawling Brutes, he goes down a little in my estimation. I don't think Sheamus will ever be, treated as this big deal, or, be a main offender when he's surrounded by the Brawling Brutes. That's just my opinion. Now, I'm not saying Ridge Holland should get fired, but maybe he should be back on NXT. It's not the first, let's be real, it's not the first time he's done a move that's also injured someone or nearly, resulted in a fucking career-ending thing. And again, that's not a dig on him, but maybe he's just not ready, maybe he wasn't ready to be on the main roster. Maybe he shouldn't have been performing overhead, belly-to-belly suplexes on the outside, but, that's just a thing. Lose his job, though, I mean, I don't think so. Maybe get retrained, maybe get like a demotion in terms of the brand that he's on, but I don't think he should outright lose his job. And last but not least, guys, being labelled racist, holy fuck, man, what a stretch this is. But I'm not surprised, because let's be honest, the year is 2023, and anything we do in 2023 is racist. If you breathe, you are a racist. If you open your eyes to look into the sky, guess what, buddy? You are a racist. Simply existing in 2023 means you're racist. Honestly, man, if you're not willing to like walk the streets and bow down and kiss the feet of every black man that is around, that is alive in 23, then that is enough for you to be racist, man. This is absolutely pathetic. It just so happened that the move he hit was on a black guy. If we reverse the move, if we reverse the roles, if Big E goes for the overhead belly-to-belly suplex on Ridge Holland, and the same thing happens, and Ridge Holland is injured, broken neck, out, and doesn't know if he's going to retire or not. First of all, do you think Big E would be getting any of this? Do you think he'd be getting death threats or people asking him to lose his job? No, because he's popular with the internet wrestling fan base, with the marks. He's popular with that sort of crowd. So first of all, they wouldn't be doing this. They wouldn't be wanting him to lose his job. They wouldn't be sending him threats. But second of all, do you think anyone would be even thinking? Do you think even one person in this world would be thinking, wow, Big E's racist? Absolutely not. But again, because the guy doing the move's white, and unfortunately the guy on the receiving end of the move's black, it has to get turned into a race thing. Absolutely fucking ridiculous. It was just a move that went wrong, guys. There's no race involved here. But again, not surprised this has been brought up, man. Absolute joke. Now, I mean, is there like times in wrestling where things have been a little racist? Of course, but is this one of them? Absolutely not. Like I said, just a move that went wrong. Anyway, guys, there you go. Ridge Holland getting abused, getting death threats, getting demanded that he's fired or whatever. What a life, eh? Maybe the guy should go to NXT. Maybe get away from all these psycho fans on the main roster. But then again, I've seen the people that are in the NXT crowds as well, and trust me, they don't look that normal either. So anyway, guys, that's where we're going to end it. Ridge Holland, unfortunate. Hopefully, Big E can return again. Not because I want to see him return, but because I don't want to see him not return. If that makes sense, I just don't want. I wouldn't like to see his career end like that. But from a wrestling standpoint, I certainly will not be, I won't be sitting up to 4 AM to see the big return of Big E on Monday Night Raw. Let's put it that way. Anyway, guys, that's it. Catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe, and I'll see you later. Peace.